Alright, I just wanted to share my latest idea for organizing my little craft room here. If you're paying attention to the price of reloading supplies and tools, they are going up significantly. More expensive every time I check. So there was a couple things I wanted to do. I started reloading with two Macs, a 12 and a 10. They weren't set up right. I didn't know how to set them up right. I ended up getting rid of them and buying Lees. And then figured out that, oh, well, the die could have actually been adjusted because it wasn't sizing. Neither one of them were sizing all the way down the case. And I thought that was just how it was, and it was causing issues, so I got rid of them. So now I have two new ones. Not new, they're old, cruddy ones that I picked up on Marketplace. I'll get them fixed up. But that's not what the video is about. It's my mounting system. So I'm not going to load here. But this is just to store them because I've got these two. I've got two Lee presses, which, like Lee Loadalls, a 1 and a 2, which are going to go bye-bye once I get these set up. And I got 3 different presses for metallic cartridges. And sometimes I want to change them out, and I have the breech lock system. I have 2 of them on my bench, so I put a 2x6 across this in wall that I put in recently, and here's what I've done. So it turns out the mechs need pretty much the same bracket as the Lees because of the square base. You got to bring it out so far to clear the clamps. I just had my neighbor, who's a cabinet maker, make me up 4 of these out of scrap. I could have done it myself if I had the wood, but time I go buy some plywood and then cut them out, it's cheaper just to get him to make them for me. And I drilled a hole in the back of each one, and I'm going to do this with all the brackets. And this is what I've done. So we have a 5/16 by 3 inch fully threaded nut, or bolt rather, washer. These are T-nuts. They bite into the wood. Just put that on top, and that gives you a pin, kind of like a dowel pin to set your stuff on. You see what I've done there? So you just set the press on. Probably don't need that washer, but I put it on there. And a wing nut. Ah, crap. So the hardware to put these in, not talking about the plywood, but the bolts, the T-nuts, and the wing nuts were all like 50 to 60 cents a piece, and then the washers I had here. So that's what, say $2 for that amount of hardware. That's in Canada. You can probably get it for a quarter of that in the States. Everything's expensive here. And I've got 4 of them. So what I've got these 2. The Lee Loadall 1, which has the magnesium base. I've got one in 12 gauge. Probably going to keep that until I find a cheap mech somewhere. Another cheap mech. And I just ordered a Marbles. I don't know what it is. Like, there's no part number, no nothing. But it's very similar to a mech. And I thought it was kind of neat. It's already set up for 20 gauge. So that's going to go on this plate over here. And then I've got that last stud over there. I'm actually going to keep that for, you see all my mess. It's such a mess in here because I literally made this area half the size it was. Now I'm going through everything. So I've got a breech plate here. I've got a powder measure on it currently. I've got a Spartan over on that one. But this one I'll be able to pull this off and change it over and put the shotgun press here. So this powder measure will go in that corner after I get all this mess out of here. Most of this stuff doesn't belong in here anyway. When I put that wall in, half the stuff got shoved that way and half the stuff got shoved this way. But this here is going to be pretty good for organizing my stuff. Jasmine, somebody's here. I couldn't think of any other way to do it because this having them laying on the bench, falling off. That's what happened here. It fell over, and I mean, oh, that bottle was going to break anyway, but anyway. Hopefully the video helps somebody out. Pretty easy to do. Like I say, like $2 for hardware, a 2x6, and a little bit of scrap plywood. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.